This MrBeast video jumps from $1 to $1 billion, and it has the most dangerous thing that MrBeast has ever touched. And I'm about to show you what you missed. Believe me, the last one will blow your mind. Mercedes scene is actually way more exclusive than it looks. Everyone sees a cool, futuristic, expensive Mercedes and thinks, wow, that's a really nice car. Well, you're not entirely correct. That thing is not a car, it's basically a science experiment. What's really happening is the Mercedes is shown as a concept hypervehicle, not something that you can walk into a dealership and buy. Even if you're a millionaire, a billionaire, there's only one version in the whole world. What you didn't notice is the interior has sensors and cameras everywhere. There are heart sensors in the seat, there are stress sensors in the steering wheel, and there is micro cameras tracking your eyes. And that makes the car knows everything about you. When you're tired, when you're nervous. The craziest part is it changes how it behaves depending on your emotions. If you're stressed, it has a softer suspension. If you're alert, it has a sharper steering. And if you're distracted, the car subtly limits its acceleration. You don't drive it, it negotiates with you. And if you're asking how much to try not to buy, Mercedes only allows test experiences for ultra high net worth clients. The estimated cost to experience it privately is around $30,000 to $50,000 per day. And you're not paying for the car, you're paying for its engineers, for their safety team, for their close track. The crazy part is it's still not the most expensive thing that Jimmy touched in this video. The jetpack scene looks short because it's terrifying. The segment feels very quick, and that's intentional. Why? Because jetpacks are very loud, very violent, and wildly unforgiving. And the model shown here can reach 15,000 feet and burn fuel at an absolute ridiculous rate. Jetpacks are so dangerous that most operators are former military, and flights are limited at under 10 minutes. And there is usually a medical team on standby. And for the price, it will cost you around $400,000 to $500,000 just to buy it. And the training requires $50,000 plus. For reality check here, this model reaches around 80 to 90 miles per hour, and it can climb faster than a helicopter. It has a zero glide capability, meaning if the engine's cut out, you don't fall, you drop. What they don't show you here that every flight has a flight director and wild calculation for every 10 seconds that they go through, and a medical team watching if vital things happen in real life. And still, this is not the most dangerous scene in the video. The $1 tick opening is actually a psychological trap. That $1 tick moment is not a joke. It's a deliberate mental contrast hack. By starting at $1, your brain underestimates what comes next, loses its senses of scale, and becomes more emotionally reactive later. It's the same trick that casinos use. Small bets first, massive stakes later. By the time you reach the $1 billion tick, your brain can't process it properly anymore. The lab-grown meat scene is quietly one of the wildest moments that ever posted on YouTube. That facility isn't a factory. It's a biological server farm. What's actually happening is one cell becomes billions. No animals raised, no slaughter, no antibiotics. Those bioreactors run 24/7 and are stacked vertically and replace entire farm in a single building. The insane detail here is the air inside is cleaner than most operating rooms, filtered to prevent genetic contamination. Anything more and weeks of growth are destroyed. The facility isn't just making chicken, it's quietly breaking the entire food system. For cost reality, the facility valued around $200 to $300 million, and it costs per chicken breast today $15 to $20, and in 5 years it will be $3 to $5. That's when things get really disruptive. And that's not the craziest thing that was happening in the video. The craziest thing that was happening in the video is the extinct animal scene, because it's more serious than it looks. This isn't a Jurassic Park. It's colder, it's more precise, and honestly, a bit scarier. What's really happening, they're not bringing animals back. They're editing living DNA. Each attempt takes years, and it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it has extremely high failure rate. What you didn't see is that these labs have military research sites and restricted camera angles, and biometric access everywhere. Jimmy seeing anything there is very, very rare. This is why it jumps quickly to the last part, the SpaceX part. It's not really a tour, it's a statement, and it was a message. Jimmy didn't just visit SpaceX, he was allowed to do something that almost no outsider gets to do. The overlooked moment is when Jimmy installs that heat shield tile. That's not symbolic. Those tiles are hand-placed, individually inspected, and failure critical, and one missing tile equals total vehicle loss on re-entry. The insane scale here in the price is one Starship launch is around 2 to 10 millions eventually, and traditional rockets is around 100 to 400 million dollars, and the entire factory valued over $1 billion. This isn't about rockets, it's about mass production of spacecraft, looking at rockets like they are airplanes, and making humanity multiplanetary. This video wasn't about flexing technology, it was about quietly saying the future is closer than you think, and it's already being built. And now, the real question is, will this civilization make it, or it will collapse before it gets its peak?